Now where'd she go? Hannah has wandered off again and got herself lost, and now the shepherd has to go look for her. I swear, when our shepherd named her Hannah, which means grace, he was out of his mind. She's always wandering into crevices and staying behind to graze while the rest of us move on, causing the shepherd to have to go back and find her, leaving the rest of us behind. What a pain in the tail she is. But I'm glad you're here. Will you keep watch over us while our shepherd's gone? Oh, you don't know the first thing about shepherding? That's fine, I'll teach you. To outsiders, I'm sheep number 42. But like Hannah, who's sheep number 86, I also have a name given to me by my shepherd. I'm Rachel, which I admit isn't actually all that creative. It literally means you. When I was born, he looked at me and knew that I would grow up to be one of his greatest yous. So he named me Rachel, and I try to live up to the name. But man, is it hard with that younger generation like Hannah. No matter how much I try to mentor her to stay with the flock, she just wants to be her own sheep and go her own way. That's the challenge with free will. If God had made us all to just follow along and do what we're told, life would be easier, but also probably less interesting. Anyway, shepherding is deceptively simple. It requires finding green pastures for us to lie down in, leading us beside the still waters so we can quench our thirst, and when we get hurt, restoring our body and souls. It means leading us on the right paths and being ready with the rod of protection and discipline and the staff of guidance and care so that we are always safely in reach, even when we go through the most difficult and dangerous valleys. It means making sure that goodness and mercy follow us all of our days. Simple, right? But also incredibly difficult. Mainly because us sheep aren't actually all that good at following directions. Take Hannah, for example. This is the third time this week that she has gone missing. But she just doesn't learn. If I were the shepherd, I'd let her sit out and stuck in the brambles for a while, let her think about what she's done. Maybe then she'll stick with the flock for a bit. But he doesn't. Every time he goes after her, leaving the other 99 of us hanging out in the field without a shepherd. And when he comes home with her on his shoulders, he rejoices and rejoices and rejoices. The lost has been found. After the last time he had to go get her, I heard him talking about the time that his mother lost one of her 10 coins in the house. Apparently he comes by his searching traits honestly, because she lit every lamp that they had in the house and swept every single corner and looked under every piece of furniture until she found it. And then she went door to door inviting all her neighbors to come rejoice with her because she found the one coin she'd been missing. He said that story always stuck in his head whenever he lost a sheep, because he knew that it was his responsibility to find it again and bring it safely back to the fold. He said that's the way God is, and that's who he tries to emulate. God is a woman finding a coin, and a parent welcoming their child home, and a shepherd who leaves the other 99 sheep who are doing what they're supposed to go find the one who has wandered off. Except, I have to admit, that as much as I am sometimes annoyed at Hannah for taking our shepherd away from us, it is comforting to know that our shepherd knows us by name and number, and will take the time to go find any of us that wander away from the fold and get ourselves in trouble. Not that I would ever purposefully do that, of course. I am the responsible you, Rachel. But sometimes, even with the best of intentions, we get ourselves into places we'd prefer not to be. And I guess, knowing that the shepherd will go after Hannah means he would go after me too. And that does bring me comfort and joy. So I wonder, who is your shepherd? Yes, I know you're not a sheep, but everyone needs a shepherd. Someone to lead and guide you, provide for you, and love you beyond all measure, so that when you wander off the path of righteousness, they'll come and find you and bring you home again. My shepherd says that his shepherd is the Lord. I think he got that phrase from a guy named David who used to be a shepherd and then ended up a king. Can you imagine? But regardless of where he got it, I think it makes a lot of sense. God's love is beyond all measure and knows every creation, human and sheep, by name. I think that brings my shepherd comfort and joy, and I hope it does for you as well. God is the greatest shepherd, rejoicing and rejoicing and rejoicing whenever those of us who are lost come home. Oh, look over there. I see our shepherd coming back to us, and he's got Hannah around his neck. If you'll excuse me, I think I have to go join the party.